Hi, my name's Luc Bouchard, and I'm a life coach with Solvac Life Coaching Services. I specialize in men's issues, and I work with both men and women, but I specifically work well with men in understanding the male condition. I'd like to tell you a story. There's a guy walking down a back alley one day on a dark, stormy, rainy night, and he falls into this pit, and it's like quite deep. It's like comes up to here on him. He's standing in this deep of a pit. And it takes him a while to get out of the pit. He's like having a real difficult time because it's raining and it's slimy and it's just, he can't get any traction. So he finally gets out of the pit and dusts himself off and goes, well, that's wrong. And can't really figure out why there'd be a pit there to begin with. But he goes about his business and promptly forgets about it. Time goes by and he's walking down the same back alley on another dark, stormy night, and he falls into the same pit. But this time, the pit is much deeper. It is actually like up to here. And when he falls in this second time, he hurts himself. He sprains his ankle and he cuts himself and he's bleeding and he hits his head and he's like angry and pissed off that he's like fallen in this pit. And he goes, wasn't I in here before? Didn't this happen one other time? And he goes, I think so, but I don't remember. Anyway, he doesn't think about it too long, and it takes a while to get out of the pit. And once he finally gets out, he brushes himself off and finds something for his forehead that he's bleeding. And he goes, I'm pretty sure I fell into this pit and I'm never walking down this back alley again. And he never did. Time goes by and he's walking down another back alley on another dark, rainy, stormy night. And this time he falls into a much deeper pit. This time it is like way over his head. He can barely see the top of it. And when he falls, he breaks his leg. And breaks it really bad. And he's in that pit for a while. He doesn't get out of it anytime soon. And he tries to get out, and he can't. He's in there so long that his leg actually sets wrong. And one day, after trying to get out of this hole that he's in, he finally yells in frustration, goes, would somebody please help me out of this pit? And there happens to be a guy walking by at that moment. And he looks down and goes, oh, hey, what are you doing down there? And the guy goes, I fell into this pit. And he goes, oh, okay, do you want out? And he goes, yeah. Can you please get me out of here? And he goes, yeah, well, let me go find a rope. And so the guy goes and gets a rope and throws it to him and helps him out, gives him a hand out, and takes him to the hospital because he can barely walk. And while the guy's in the hospital looking, and the doctor's looking at his broken leg, the doctor says, we're going to have to re-break it. It's healed too much and it's healed wrong. And the guy goes, no, I don't break it. It was in terrible pain to begin with. And the doctor says, well, you can either have a limp for the rest of your life and have really bad pain, or you can get this taken care of. It's like there really is only one choice. You have to deal with it. And the guy finally goes, okay. And he's in the hospital for a while in a lot of pain because he had to have his leg broken again. And while he was thinking of all the things that happened to him and he contemplated, he really had a lot of time to consider what happened. And he realized it was a pattern of falling into the same pit. And he comes to a point where he goes, yeah, I best get somebody to help me look at this because I don't know why I keep doing it. I don't know why I keep falling into these same holes. So when he's finally released from the hospital and he's able to walk again, he goes to a specialist. And a specialist, an optometrist, and the optometrist says, yeah, I can help you with your eyesight problems, I think, but we have to check and see what's really going on. And he runs some tests And the optometrist looks at the results and goes, oh yeah, you got like this thing, and I only heard about it when I was in eye doctor school, and it's rare. And we need to do this corrective laser surgery on you. And it's going to take a while, and you're going to have to actually learn how to see again, because what you see now is you're missing it, and you have to learn how to see things differently. Sure you want to do this? It's going to be time. The guy goes, yeah, I need it. I can't keep falling into these pits. So they do the procedure, and sure enough, it corrects his vision. But the doctor says, I think it's done, but we might need to tweak it. You might need to come back, but time will tell. So the guy actually goes about his business, and one day he's walking down a back alley on a dark, stormy night, and he almost falls into the pit. Doesn't quite. He actually catches himself before, and he's very grateful he didn't fall into that pit. However, he didn't like the fact he didn't see it almost until too late. So he goes back to the optometrist and says, Doc, almost, but not quite. And the optometrist goes, okay, well, there's some other tests we can do now that we know that it's not totally corrected, and let's look at that. So the optometrist runs him through some more tests, and he goes, wow, you got this like 1 in 10,000 form of night vision problems that we very rarely see. And now that we know what it is, it's actually an easy fix, but it had to be diagnosed, and so we're going to give you some special glasses. So the guy gets the special glasses, and he learns how to see again. And one day he's walking down a back alley, and there it is, plain as day, really clear in front of him, this massive pit. And he goes, ha! I see it! I didn't fall into it. I didn't come close to falling in it. I see it! And he's so happy. He's just like ecstatic that he didn't fall into the pit. And he walks around it. And so what happens is that he gets so used to seeing it that when he comes to a back alley, he looks down it and he can see it off in distance and go, yeah, I'm not going down that back alley. I'm going to not do that. And he gets so good at avoiding the pits and avoiding the dark back alleys that he actually doesn't even see them anymore. He walks right by them because he's just so clear that he's not going down there. Well, as a life coach that helps people, I'm the optometrist. And what I offer to people is the ability to see things that they can't see. There's a reason why we call them blind sides, the things we can't see, because they're over here out of our field of vision. And we need people to help guide us and point out when we're about to succumb to the pitfalls of life, the ones that we keep falling into. I bring clarity to people if they desire. I help people see the things they can't see. Further to that, what I do, and I do extremely well, is I actually find out what their payoff is to have their issues. Having issues comes with life. It's what you get when you get a belly button. They're there. They're part of us. What we do about it, now that's the thing. What are you prepared to do about your pitfalls? What are you prepared to do about things that don't keep you happy? So I have clients that say, I don't know what to do with those questions that keep me up throughout the night. Those burning questions that I just can't seem to resolve. And I ask you, how's your peace of mind? How much stuff do you kind of have squirrel brain on? Squirrel brain being that just goes around and around and around. Stuff we can't seem to let go. We don't even know why we're constantly focusing on it and why it's always there in the front of our mind. I want to ask you a question, and it's a simple yet very powerful question, and that's, in 10 years from now, do you still want to be dealing with the same problems and issues that you have right now? Especially if you've had them for a while, like your adult life, or one way or another, the last 5, 10, 15 years. Because if you don't start dealing with them now, What makes you think they're going to go away in 10 years? Past behavior is a really good indicator of future behavior. We know that what we've done in the past, we're probably going to repeat unless we're highly motivated to not do it. The guy in the story became extremely motivated because he finally had to have his leg broken after he fell into this pit. And it's like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. So my question is, what's going to motivate you to do things differently? How bad does it have to get? How far into a hole do you have to fall before you're finally going to go, okay, I'm going to do something about this. Don't do something about it. That's also fine. You'll just be here. And you'll be here in 5 years. You'll be here in 10 years with the same stuff. And that's your choice. I'd like to see you not do that. I wonder, can you afford to not deal with this stuff? Imagine how much productivity you're losing. Imagine how your family and friends and your children are suffering from you not dealing with this stuff. It's your own best interest to do it. But we're our own worst enemies. I know, personal experience. And, it doesn't have to be this way. It really doesn't. It's a choice. So I just want to let you know that I am deeply committed to helping people understand what gets in their way of their happiness. I will guide you through the fog of uncertainty. I will help you out of confusion. 30 years I've been working with people. I've been a life skills coach for 22 years. I've got the skills. The question is, do you have the desire to do something about it? I want to thank you for taking your time out of your busy day to watch this video. I greatly appreciate it. And call me. My number is 780-668-8054. My name is Luc Bouchard, and my company is Solve Act Life Coaching Services. And I would love to talk with you. I'd love to have that conversation about what gets in the way of you being happy. And call me. Call me now. It really is as simple as that, to move forward and to have a happier life. I hope you have a great day, and watch out for those back alleys and those pits. They're killers. Take care.